please run us through that. How did you come up with those songs? Wait, you were goishing, my sister.
Yeah.
Those lyrics were deep. Even me, I was goishing with you.
Really?
Like, dude.
I think out of everything, that was the fun part. Like, the nation goishing with me. That was, like, top tier.
Sure, gents, it's your girl Manaka, host at the most, and welcome to today's episode of Up Close and Personal. Here we get to know your favorite celebs, influencers, all of those things, and we just get a deep dive into like their personal lives. So today, guys, like, I don't even know how I can introduce her because this girl is huge. Like, she's huge. We have an international superstar. So I think it's time. I introduce Elaine.
You ate that up.
Please introduce yourself, Mama.
Hi, this is Elaine, aka the Shining Star.
The Shining Star. I love that. Love. Are you happy to be here?
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
No, we're glad to have you. Before we start, we're just gonna do an icebreaker. So we're gonna play Never Have I Ever, just so that we can, get the juices flowing. Walter, you've got them. We just need 3 questions. Don't go too crazy.
Never have I ever ghosted someone.
I have, respectfully. But it was for the best, for both of us.
Okay, but why don't you just say like, hey, dude, it's not working?
I think the more I would communicate with him, the more he would think there was room for us to work things out. So sometimes you just need to cold turkey, just disappear from someone's life, right? Just gone. Like,
Ish. And I'm sure now he probably stops you. He sees those ghost famous. Now he's like, ish.
It's the worst because I got ghosted once and it really rocked my world. So like, I feel terrible. Every time I ghost someone, I'm just like,
but now you get it.
I get it, but I don't because it's not good.
Not when it's me.
Yeah, not when it's me. Like it was totally uncalled for.
Absolutely.
Like super unprofessional.
No, absolutely.
Like what's going on? You're a mess.
When it's you, I completely
But it's
understand.
me. Like there must be like some leeway. Like damn, nigga.
No,
like,
I get it. Because like, why are you so obsessed with me? Like,
needs to end.
No, real.
Yeah.
Real. Next one.
Never have I ever had a crush on a fellow celebrity.
I think we all have.
Yeah, fellow celebrity is like
Someone that you've worked with.
someone that I've worked with. No. The thing about me is that if I have a crush, like it won't stay a crush, like it's gonna happen.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like
Okay.
crushes for me are just like the stepping stone to establishing like, okay, how bad do I want this? So I've never had like a crush because like crush makes it seem like it never happened.
But do you have a celebrity crush? You can be local or international.
Celebrity crush, not at the moment, no. I think I used to back in the day, but not now.
Not now.
Not now.
So
Now I'm like, cool.
I did actually.
You did?
Like, I do have a crush, but I can't say. I think everybody knows though.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
No. I actually interviewed him, guys.
Okay, I need to go back into the files. I want to go
I'm so
watch.
dead. Next one.
Never have I ever said I love you when I didn't mean it.
No. I don't throw I love you around.
I don't think
like
I
that.
Have. You've never done that.
No, not I love you.
Yeah.
Like I love you is pretty deep, and I
No,
don't.
it is deep. But sometimes you love someone, but you're not in love with them.
I get that.
Like you can have love
That
for
happens a
someone.
lot. Yeah, you can have love for someone, but you don't.
Yeah.
If you're not really feeling it like that, I don't see why you need to be saying I love you.
Because then the other person thinks not that you're in love with
so
them.
in love with me, you know.
Okay, real.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Walter. Let's get into it. First things first, we just want to know how old are you, where are you from, and what are you? Like, because I saw you were speaking to Anna Opedi.
Yeah. So my name is Elaine, and I'm from Pretoria, and I'm 25.
25.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
you're
boss
young, girl.
babe. Am I young?
I thought you were like 23. I won't lie.
Really?
Yeah, I thought you were like 23.
No, I'm not 23. I turned 25 this year in April. I'm in Aries.
You're in Aries.
Yeah.
Do you believe in star signs?
I don't know about believe, but like a few things here and there, I'm like, sounds like
kinda
me.
makes sense.
Like, okay, makes sense.
Like,
I think it's an interesting thing. Like, I like reading about it, but I'm not like, yeah, that's Gemini.
That's not that deep.
No.
Yeah. Okay. And growing up, so you're obviously from Pretoria. Where in Pretoria did you stay?
I stayed all around Pretoria actually. So we started off in Queenswood because I went to Retaindale Primary School, which is like in the
I know Retaindale.
You know Retaindale?
Yeah, my cousin actually went there.
Nobody knows Retaindale.
No, I know Retaindale.
Really,
Yeah,
Retaindale
I
is
do.
like an amazing school.
It's close to
like,
Montana.
It was. Is
It's
it close
not-
to Montana?
Is it?
In the east. Montana in the east.
No, Montana in the north.
Montana in the north. Well, I don't know. Pretoria is like.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I know Reetondale.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I went to primary school in Reetondale, so I was in Queenswood, and then I stayed in the east for a while.
Right.
Like the east was also like a big part of my upbringing, and then I spent the rest of like my high school years in Centurion.
In Centurion. What high school did you go to?
I went to two. I went to CBC, Christian Brothers Mount Edmund.
Okay, damn.
Yeah, Christian Brothers College, and then I went to Crawford College in Pretoria.
This girl's financially up.
What do you mean?
Do you come from money?
What do you mean? Do I come from money?
Are you like from like a wealthy family? Because Crawford's expensive.
Wealthy is a stretch.
But you're comfortable.
I'm very comfortable. Yeah.
Okay, so you've never like growing up like you're blessed. Like you've never really had to like have like an intense struggle.
See, so I am my parents' firstborn, so I was on the come up with my parents. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I was definitely on the come up with my parents. Yeah, I think when I was younger, because we moved so much, it was also like me experiencing different parts of Pretoria. You know, some of them were not the best, but I would never say that my parents, you know, never provided or never even went above and beyond. Like I didn't feel or see anything during the come up, but you know, from the story that they hear, they always just like, girl, I don't think getting you to Crawford and getting you to all those schools was easy, you know.
Yeah,
so
it's giving sacrifice.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. So I think my brothers now, they don't know anything about that life. They started at Crawford right from the start. There was no Reetondale in the mix.
Dead. They soft.
But, you know, they soft, yeah. But for me, I was really like my parents' come up child, you know. So I saw them on the come up, which I'm grateful for because it taught me a lot about like hustler spirit.
That hustler spirit.
The hustler spirit.
So you are an older sibling.
I'm the oldest sibling.
Girl, same.
Yeah.
It's Helen here. You need to be a certain type of person.
You need to be so strong, like being a deputy parent. Also,
no, for real. But so how many siblings do you have?
I have two. I have two younger brothers. I'm
That's
also
so
the only
cute.
girl. What about you?
No, I have two younger siblings, but I have a sister and a brother.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
There's a
not bad.
balance.
But my brother's, he's my child. Like he's like 10 years younger than me.
They are my
Like,
children.
you understand?
Also.
Like
Yeah,
you get it. Yeah. And in high school, did you do any sports? Just out of curiosity.
I did netball. I played a lot of netball.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a
also
netball. I'm a goalkeeper, goal attack, goal defense.
Oh, slay! So you can.
Slay.
Were you good though? Ish.
Do you know what the thing is, ne? I think I was better at like the cultural stuff.
Okay, so cultural stuff you were within.
Yo, choir, I was slaying. Like,
I
I was
bet- no,
getting
I
the
believe
little
you.
solos.
You were that girl.
Drama, I was slaying.
So you can act as well.
Yeah, I took drama. I took drama up until matric.
Wow.
And I
okay.
was the top 3 achievers in matric for drama, actually. Yeah,
Wow,
that was my
in
thing.
the country.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was my thing.
girl.
But country, I don't know.
Oh, but
matric
like
was a long time
in
ago.
school.
But you know, when you get your matric results, they were like, yeah, top 3 for drama.
Damn.
I think part of the IEB, whatever. I don't know.
I love that.
Yeah, but I never really
Wow.
took academic achievements like that deep because I was always just like on the music side of things. But I did a lot in my academic years.
You
like,
did, man. You
yeah.
did.
I had like the
whole blazer.
little thing. I was an exec.
So you were within. Like you were focused.
I was a very present babe.
No, well done.
Like,
I think
yeah.
I always say, like, I feel like kids, you get involved in their school, like properly involved. Like you do the sports, you do the cultural stuff, you try to be something, like you're built different. Like you just learn responsibility at a younger age.
At a young
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
moving schools a lot. So I was always just like, you know, when I get to the school, I need to be in this and this and this.
Must
and this
make
and that,
your-
you know, need to make my mark and need to be on the board in the halls. Like I was that kid. I was really into things
Really?
like that. Yeah.
But yeah, and with singing, when did you start singing? Have you always been that kid that's always singing at home?
Always. I started singing when I was 6.
Also, you been singing.
I've been singing. Like
And
I
did-
does this.
And did you do competitions? And
Everything. Competitions. I was in every single choir. I was also in the UP youth choir, actually.
You went to UP?
No, I didn't go to UP, but I was in the choir. That's how bad I wanted it. So let me tell you. So
That's crazy.
I was in high school. I was still in grade 9.
Yeah.
And UP has a youth choir where it's like 14 to 19
Okay.
that you can be in this choir for, but you
Yeah.
have to audition and it's very serious, and it also happens after school hours. So it's like on Fridays from like 2 to 7 p.m. rehearsals, and then on Saturdays it's show days, so your
Okay.
Saturday's completely out, and then Sunday's the only day where we weren't doing much unless there's like a concert edition type of thing. So yeah, I was in the UP youth choir for like most of my years in high school.
Did it help, like with your vocals and all of that
Oh
stuff?
my gosh, with everything, because I'm not like trained in music in any way. So like
You've never had a music coach,
no,
music teacher?
like no. Like I can't read.
These are your
music.
vocals.
Girl,
Because can I tell you, singing is tough. Singing is it's a muscle. It's exercising.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's what the choir helped with, because I've been in a choir all my life, but I can't like read sheet music
Okay, so
or
you're not
like
yeah.
play an instrument. Like I'm not technical about it. It's honestly just a gift, and I use my ear. So the choir helped me a lot with my ear, because I was a soprano 1, which is like
You're a soprano
super
one?
high.
That-
Yeah, I'm a
that's
soprano 1.
high.
Yeah, and we always had like the most difficult parts to sing. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
because it's the highest.
No, it is because it's the
know,
highest. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
so
tough thing to do.
yeah, so I had to rely on my ear a lot, and rely on like learning pretty fast, because like everyone else in the choir could read music, or like the majority of people could read music, or they were taking music as a subject, but I wasn't, because I'm not like a technical person. Like I'm not good at those things. Like I'm very like, I need to perform, I need to sing, let me hear it. So I would get all the material and learn my parts by like listening, and then in rehearsals like I'd just be listening. And then, finding my flow.
Crazy. And obviously you did the competitions throughout. I'm sure you were winning a lot.
Did the competitions. I think the biggest competition we did was the World Choir Games with UP. Yeah, there's World Choir Games. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, we came first.
Wow! In the world!
In the world. So I
And
have
you were
a
part of
medal. Yes,
you were
I
part
have
of that choir that
babe,
won.
I have the medal. It was at Riga, Latvia.
Wow.
In like 2014.
Wow. that is crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was crazy.
And then after high school, did you go to university?
I did. I'm a graduate.
Where
I'm
did
a
you
law
study?
graduate. I studied at WITS.
At WITS. Oh, you're a law graduate.
Yeah.
Who's going to school? Like she was serious.
Babe, I'm a very serious hand. I'm strict, serious, and talented.
Did you think that you were going to like still sing, or did you like did you treat it like a
Always.
hobby? So it was
No, it was never the hobby. Everything else that I do in my life is the hobby. Music is the main event.
So you knew music is my main event.
Always.
Okay. Now let's speak about Elements, because I think that is one of the best. Is it an EP?
It's an EP.
It's an EP. I call it an album.
It's
but
giving
an
album.
EP. Yeah, but it's giving album. That is one of like the best EPs I've ever heard. I will never forget. I think I was in high school, or first year when I heard it, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like you know your impact. Like you shook everyone.
Thank you.
Like, please run us through that. How did you come up with those songs? Wait, you were goishing, my sister.
Yeah.
Those lyrics were deep. Even me, I was goishing with you.
Really?
Like, dude.
I think
how did
out
that
of
happen?
everything, that was the fun part. Like the nation going with me. That was like top tier.
Yeah.
But so I only started making music like towards the end of high school. So like when I was 18, I started like physically making music, but it was never in the studio. What would happen is Clarity and I went to the same high school. So after school,
Clarity is clear to see.
the producer.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So after school, we'd like go into classrooms that were unlocked, because we weren't allowed to be on premises after a certain time, and we would be in there, and he'd set up the mic on the desk, and we'd just be in the classrooms like making music, writing. Like I wasn't thinking much of it in high school. And Clarity was like a grade younger, so he was like grade 11, I was like grade 12, so it was also hectic, like peak school,
Yeah.
So none of those songs really like made it out, but I was just making music after school, when I was done with choir, when I was done with drama, I would just be making music. And then when I got to varsity, I was like, I can't like be doing this law thing full time. Like I'm actually going crazy. There's no drama. There's no like, I'm not playing sports. Like I was just like, I can't, like I need to make music. So I started looking for producers in the Johannesburg area, which was also so difficult because I'm like such a private person. I'm so soft-spoken. I was like that girl with like 300 followers in a private account. I was that hand.
A wife.
Oh, so anytime I would even DM someone, they'd be like, babe, but are you serious about this thing? Like, can you sing, first of all? So it was really hard for me to find a producer. And then, long story short, I met Elaine, who was in the Johannesburg area. So in between my lectures, I would like dash over to Elaine, who was all the way in Randburg, and we made music in his garage.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. So majority of Elements was made in the garage because he did 4 songs out of the 3.
Damn.
And
which songs did he do?
He did Changes, When We're Alone.
Yes.
He did Say It, and he did I Just Wanna Know.
Okay.
I
just wanna know. What a good song.
Yeah.
What a good song.
No, love that song. So he did the 4. And then Clarity did the rest of the 3, and Clarity was studying at ASE, so it wasn't too far from WITS. It's like down the road. So my life was just always on the road, like in between. If I'm not going to ASE, I'm going to Elite. And we were just making music, honestly. And then around September, the music was done. We had like 7 solid songs. And I was like, you know what? Well, more than 7, because I had been writing and recording for some time. But I think those 7 were the strongest.
The ones that you were like, these are the ones.
Yeah. So then after that, we were just like, I was like, yeah, you know what, guys? In fact, I wanna drop them all at the same time. I'm just gonna make an EP. I wanna make an EP. And they were like, no, babe, like that's not how it works. Like, do a single first, you need to blow up first. You can't just put out a whole album. No one knows who you are. You're still on private. You have 300 followers. Like, what's gonna happen? All this hard work. I was like, no.
Like, I know what I want to do.
I'm gonna drop it. And so we were like, okay, cool. We literally uploaded ourselves. We went to like a McDonald's, the one in Auckland Park, after our lectures. We're like, yeah, let's link, guys. This is serious top tier, top secret business. We met at McDonald's, and like I pulled out like my notebook and I did the playlist, and I was like, yeah, I want them in this order.
So you wanted, like, you knew, like, this is what I needed to be.
Yeah, with my music, I know what I want, and it needs to happen. It needs to come out. I'm very strict when it comes to my music.
No, it's your craft. Yeah, it's your craft.
So we sat there and I wrote it down for them. I was like, I want to say it first. I'm telling a story. Da 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 da. And then we put it together, and then we just uploaded it like on an independent distribution site, like online.
Damn.
Literally just
in McDonald's in Auckland Park.
Listen, babe, uploaded it, and then after that I got a call from someone who was helping me upload it as well, and they were like, ish, babes, I know you wanted it out on this day, but we can't, because what we forgot to consider was that it was an American distribution site, so the time zones, we didn't take that into consideration. So I think it came out slightly later than I wanted it to. So because of that, I switched off my phone, because I was super upset. Annoyed, I was annoyed. I was upset. I was like, ugh, you guys ruined it. It's ruined. And then continue with my life. I went to a lecture the next day, the day of the release. Here I am, phone off, and then I get to the lecture and I was late. I was the girl that was always late for lectures. And when you're late for a lecture, you have to walk in, the walk of shame. But this walk of shame was different, because like when I walked in, everyone was like pointing, staring, and I was like, damn, guys, am I the first person that's late?
Guys, not my first time. Like relax.
It's the first time everyone has ever been late. So I'm even more annoyed. Like, people are just making a big deal, like murmurs, like in the lecture hall. I'm like, this is so awkward. Like, it's just...
And you don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm so oblivious to the fact that I just dropped an EP, like, a few hours ago. So I'm just like super uncomfortable, and I never really had friends on campus. I didn't make friends in university like that. So I also didn't have anyone there to be like, what's going on? Why am I topic of discussion? And then I walk out of the lecture because it was just really, really awkward. And then I switch on my phone because I'm trying to get a hold of like a friend on campus. Like, please come and get me, or where are you? Let's link. Switch on my phone, and my phone is blowing up. Like, my phone was going off the hook, ringing off the hook. I can't even remember, but I was in like 100K within like a week or something crazy like that, because I also had a weird handle. My handle was Lainey Mooks at the time.
So it wasn't even like Elaine.
It wasn't Elaine. So like I was like, how are people finding me? And I kept my account private for some time. Like, I was letting the fans in one by one, because I was totally like, I don't believe it. Like,
you didn't believe it's not
real. I was like, nah. Until like Apple got a hold of my number and called me that day and was like, babe, you're number one. Who are you? You've never dropped anything before. You're the first independent woman to go number one in South Africa. Whoa. Like, it happened overnight. Like, what's going on? Like,
it's overnight. It really was overnight.
It was, babes. We dropped it like that day. The next day, like, Apple was like, babe, you're number one. You need to come to the office. We want to meet you. Like, who are you? Do you have management? You don't even have management. Like, who are you? What's going on? Like, babes, we need to meet you. And then
it's a movie.
It was a movie. And I went to Apple literally from this lecture. And I got there and I was like, what's up, guys? They were like, yeah, no, congrats, first of all. But like, how did you do this? What happened? It was crazy. Like, people thought that I had like hacked something. I was like, guys, I'm not a hacker. I'm just a law student, And it was just like, it was crazy. And then my life changed from that day on, literally.
That's insane. And I'm sure that's when all the record labels are now trying to fight for you.
Babe, it was insane. Like, when I say like, there were even record labels that were emailing my student email. I didn't even know how they got access to my student email. I don't even know. Like, I had my student email, like my student number at wits.com.
And here's a
it was so hectic. It was so hectic.
Insane.
Yeah, it was insane.
Crazy. And then you decided to sign with who after this?
I signed with Columbia Records.
Columbia Records of international. Oh, not Columbia Records South Africa, like international.
There is no Columbia Records South Africa.
Damn.
There's a Sony South Africa.
But Columbia Records.
Yeah, I was signed to Columbia Records.
Damn. And at the time, so you obviously had no management.
So...
Or what?
Shame. I had like a friend of mine who I was very close with, and then
Yeah.
he was like handling the admin side of things, you know. But we
But
were
it
all
wasn't really
very
managing.
inexperienced. We were young, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to say he was like managing, but he helped a lot.
Yeah,
He helped
was
a lot,
helping you where you could.
very much so.
And Clarity was obviously now your producer.
Clarity was a
And your
producer.
other friend, what's his
Elise.
name? Elise.
Elise,
He
yeah.
was also producing basically as well.
Yeah, so 2 producers and the person who was helping me with my admin as well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now Columbia comes to you. How does that whole process work?
Babe,
When
my
they sign
emails were
you.
popping. My emails and DMs were popping. So the A&Rs, what they would first do was they would DM me. Right? Be like,
Okay.
hey, I'm an A&R from guy. You know, we're hearing your project. It's so crazy. Can we talk? And then that's when I decided to put like an email in my bio. And that's how I would get like the emails and whatnot. And so a bunch of them had emailed me, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm probably just gonna go to America and hear them out in person because I don't believe this.
So they wanted to fly you. Did they all fly you out when you went?
I went on my own account. I was like,
so you went by
I'll
yourself.
come there and handle business, and I'll
Yeah.
come see you all, and then I'll make an informed decision.
Okay,
So-
and now you're going. You don't have a manager still.
No, my mom. I went with my mom.
Okay, so your mom, does she know this
Yeah.
stuff a little bit? Or
No, my
that's
parents know nothing about music. My parents are academics. My mom is a nurse, and my dad is a businessman. Yeah,
Did they support your music though from the start?
from jump.
Oh,
my
so
biggest supporters.
You've never had an issue with them, like
No, not at all.
wow, that you're blessed, girl.
I'm
You're
very
so
blessed. Yeah, I'm
You're
very
so
blessed. And I kind of feel bad about it, but I never told my parents that I was making music. So when the project dropped, they didn't even know that the project was out. They found out with everyone else. They didn't know that I was like physically making
music.
That was the first
yeah.
ever music that they have like heard from me. So I remember my mom calling me and I was like, they're saying there's a girl called Elaine. She's playing on radio and they're saying her album is #1. Is it you? And I was like, yes. And that's how they found out, like with the rest of the world, you know. And they were
and
like,
I'm sure they were like, why didn't you just tell us?
yeah,
But it's
because
like, no,
no, I was scared because my dad was like very, very passionate about education. Like that is like he's a vendor man. So like
You're a vendor.
my dad's vendor, so I'm vendor.
Like, I know Amber. Oh, can you speak?
Yeah, go on, Amber.
Okay,
Not
so
like
not
because I grew up in
fluently.
Pretoria.
And then the Uramakwa, so I understand.
Do you know what I
like,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah. But I do my
Okay.
thing and I can hear it fluently as well.
I
So
really like you, dude. Like,
I like you
I never meet
too.
vendor people, dude. Like, it's so
I never
deep.
meet vendor people either, especially in
Insane.
the except Makadzi, that's my girl. But
Oh,
I don't
that's
really
your
mean-
girl?
yeah, I love Makadzi.
Shout out,
She's not
shout
your girl, she our girl.
I want her to be my girl. Like,
She's
I want
our
her to be
girl.
my girl for real.
I claim vendor hands.
No,
like
shit, my cousin's
Shudu,
very ads.
Shudufadzo,
Shudu,
that's also my
yes.
girl.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Guys, shout out to the vendors. yo.
Shout out to
Wow.
the vendor
Nah,
babes.
shout out.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, as you were saying.
So my dad is a very strict vendor man. So he was just like, you know, very, very strict about me doing my education. So I didn't want him to think he sent me to university for me to play around. And I was also at the university on a scholarship as well. So if I was going to tell him that I'm making music, he was going to feel like, you know,
You're not taking
this opportunity seriously. You know, there's so many students who could really be honing in and focusing. But I was a top grade student. I was part of the golden key and everything. So, you know,
it's a full package, dog.
babe, I just hate losing.
Yeah, like that's so like, dude. Like,
Yeah. So I was in the golden key as well. So I didn't want to freak my dad out with the music chats. So I kept it a secret until I was number one.
Well, you didn't even choose that. It's not
I didn't even choose what to tell them. I was like, yeah, I'll tell them if it blows up, you know, if something crazy happens. And then I remember the first time we properly spoke about it was when I was asking them, like, can I please go to America? Like, I know it's the middle of the school year.
Like, please, I need to
Please,
go.
I think there's like a life-changing opportunity for me and I really want to do it, but I promise like I won't let it affect my school. And they're like, girl, go. Like, go.
You're so blessed. Dude,
Yeah,
seriously.
no, I'm very blessed.
But yeah, so you get to Columbia Records and all the other record labels. How was that whole process?
It was crazy. That was my first time in America.
Yeah.
I hadn't traveled to America before. It was me and my mom's first time in America.
Wow.
So here we are. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, and we're having conversations with labels. I think we were there for a week and we were seeing like labels every day, meetings every day. And I just remember going to the Columbia office and I was just like, I fell in love. Like I saw Beyonce on the wall. I was like,
This is where I'm at.
where's the paper? Let me sign. But no. And I think I also had like a really good connection with my A&R from Columbia. We were very close.
A&R means what?
Artist relations.
Artist relations.
I don't even know. What is it?
Artist and repertoire.
Artist and repertoire.
And it's repertoire. So artist manager or artist relation.
But you
liaison,
see,
whatever.
the thing is like they do so much. Like my A&R, for example, was basically in charge of my sound, you know, getting me into studio with the right people. And because I'm so vocal about my sound and what I want, and I'm very strict with my music, she was the closest person because we were always talking about the producers I want to get in with, the type of production I'm looking for, what's the next soundscape. So we had to be very close because for me, out of the whole operation, the music is the most important. So Amy just became like, you know, like my best friend. That's the name of my A&R. She was like, she just became my bestie, you know, organically because we were talking about the thing that's closest to me. We work every day. And she just, you know, it stuck. And I was like, yeah, I'm pick Columbia.
And then obviously you work with Columbia. Then what happened? Because like, dude, we know you're not with them now.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Because I feel like when you got signed, I was like, this girl's gonna fucking blow up. Excuse my French, now you must block me. But like, what happened? Because I feel like I think the first song that you released with them after was, yeah, na 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 na. What's that song called?
Shine. No,
Shine.
that wasn't
not
the
with
first
them?
song. No. It was with them, but the first song was Right Now.
Was Right. Oh,
yeah.
I'm
in my bed right now.
Yes, I do know
Yeah,
that
that was the first song. A lot of things happen with Columbia, but I don't think it's like, not even I don't think, it's definitely not like a beef type of thing. I think.
Do you feel like they're trying to change your sound?
No, it
Not
wasn't
at
even
all.
about the sound.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't even about the sound. I only released like 5 songs with Columbia, like the past singles that I released from Right Now until I think Fading Away or Loving You was like the last release that I did with them.
Okay.
And I think more than anything, it was the structure that really wasn't working for me. Because remember, I was the first African artist that they had ever signed, number one, and the first African artist that's not making African music or what they consider to be African music.
Yes.
I'm making straight R&B, I'm singing in English, and for them, the minute they hear African, they're thinking, oh, Afro beats or Amapiano or Caribbean or whatever they might consider to be African, you know? So that was the first hurdle. And bearing in mind, I signed during the pandemic. I literally signed the deal via Zoom from South Africa.
Was it a good deal though?
It was a good deal.
Okay,
it was a licensing deal. It wasn't even like a 360 or
so it's not like they were robbing you or anything.
No,
so
babe,
none
like
of that.
it's not beef. Yeah, when I say it's not beef, it really is not beef.
Okay.
I just think structurally there were a lot of things that didn't work out in our favor. The main thing being that we were in a pandemic when I signed the deal, and for the majority of the height of the deal. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even manage to do a live show after I dropped Elements because we went straight into the pandemic, which is a big part that people keep forgetting, was that this was basically a pandemic release, a pandemic project. So I'm still in South Africa. The record label is in America and we can't travel.
You can't.
Do you know what
And
I mean?
peak COVID.
Babe, it's peak COVID. I just signed this deal. I'm like, okay, now I can't get to you guys and you guys can't get to me.
They can't market you in the way that they would.
We can't do anything. We can't do anything. The world is still figuring out what's going on. We're still figuring out how to maneuver everything. I can't even do sessions. Do you know what I mean? Can't do shows. So it's pretty much, we're in a pandemic,
like just,
you know?
Yeah, like just like how it was.
Yeah, and I'm still finishing my degree as well. So I'm finishing my degree in the pandemic. I just signed this deal in the pandemic, and now there's just so many barriers, like physical barriers as well.
What other structures do you feel like were not working for you with the records?
I think having experienced so much success independently, you become more in charge of a lot of things. And I'm just not the type of artist that's willing to let go of my authority over a lot of things.
And authenticity,
authenticity over a lot of things, which is why I also opted for a licensing deal, because you have very little influence over, majority of the things that a different deal would have influence and control over. Do you know what I mean? So figuring out the structure was very difficult because I would need to have a team in South Africa and a team in the US and a team in the UK. And it's hard to establish a team and a workflow if we're not working in real time. If our only conversations are on Zoom, practically I can't really see what you're capable of doing. Do you know what I mean? It leaves very little room for trial and error. So by the time I'm able to get to America, they were very helpful, by the way. They managed to get me the visa and everything mid-pandemic, and I had to be in Mexico for like a month while they were sorting that out, because that was the only leeway around it during the pandemic. So we went through a lot to really get me to America, and we got there, and it was amazing because for the 2 years that I permanently stayed there, I stayed there permanently for 2 years because I was like,
Girl,
I was
you
in
live
LA,
there.
babe. Yeah, I love LA. It's like one of my favorite countries in the whole
I
world.
think it looks so beautiful.
I love it, and I can't wait to move back again. You know,
You're gonna go.
permanently.
Did you meet any celebrities that side?
Every day, like
Did you
meeting a
meet-
celebrity is
but
like
apparently,
normal.
Yeah, apparently in LA, like it's like a very
Every
casual
day.
thing.
I was freaking out when there was like Studio A and then Studio B was Kanye and he was working on Donda. And
Kanye was working on Donda.
what do you
next door to
mean?
you.
What do you mean?
And you in Studio
at
A.
Westlake, yeah, at Westlake Studios. I'll never forget. Like it's just moments like that are so
Casually working next
priceless.
to Kanye,
Like,
nothing crazy.
and then what happened was that it was so weird, but Blueface walked into the
Blueface baby.
let me tell you, Blueface walked into the session and was like, yeah, is this Studio B? And we were like, no. So everybody kept walking into my studio because it was Studio A. So everybody thought that he was in Studio A. So many people were walking into Studio A thinking that it was Studio
Kanye,
B. Yeah. So everyone was just walking in mid-recording. I'm like, no, this is not Kanye's
But like, hi.
So yeah, fun
That's
things
wild.
happen. Yeah,
That's
I love LA. It's such a crazy place. But yeah, so I move and we're making music. We're making amazing music. And I think at this time the priority was music because we had spent so much time in the pandemic and spent so much time trying to get me there that I wasn't able to make music. So I was like, you know what, guys, my priority is music right now. Like,
We need to push.
yeah, we need to push. I need to be in the studio. That's when I got into the studio with all these amazing people and I got to make the debut album.
Yeah.
You know? And then when it just came to connecting the dots, there was just a disconnect, you know? And it happens because it's our first time working together, but we've known each other for some time, but now we need to really put it into play. Also, a thing about record labels is that people come and go. You know what I mean? Just because you're at a record label, it doesn't mean that your designated team will be with you until, you know.
So you can't grow with your team.
You can't grow with your team. You know, 1 month it's this person, the next month it's someone else. Someone has quit, someone got fired. You know, structurally within a major record label, things are always changing. And I just think that's just one of the things that I had to learn firsthand, you know, about a record label. It's either really hit or miss.
Ish.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you decided like it's not working.
Yeah, I think after 2 years when I was done recording the album, I was like, okay, I've recorded this album, but I don't know about releasing it with you guys. You know, like personally, you guys have played such a huge role in my life and in my career. But this next step, the debut album, is like a really important step for me. You know, and I need all hands on deck. Like we can't afford to have any half-ass anything. You know, and I just think
It's just not
for the sake of rolling out an album, we've never even rolled out a project together. We've rolled out a couple of singles, you know, which was cool, but I just don't think we're the right partners for this album. And they were like, no, it's cool. And I left with the music.
So no beef. You don't collect the money, like nothing.
I'm out, babes. And I'm out with my music. So I'll forever respect them
Wow.
as an institution because I personally have no beef with them. And we still have a lot of music together. So
No, wow, because you know, I'm sure you saw the whole thing with Maporisa, like the whole record label.
it's
beef.
rough out there.
So I'm like, so you just hearing you say that no, like me and my record label, like we parted ways amicably. It was okay.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, no, guys, not everything, you know, it was horrific during the time because nobody wants to be splitting with their record label in the first place, you know. So the process of coming to terms with the fact that I want to leave was terrible. You know, I was extremely depressed for a very long time about it. So it's not like I wasn't down and out because of it. I definitely was. Like, it you know, tampered with my mental health a lot. And I think on this album, I speak a lot about how I was really suffering with depression, and the issue with the record label was something that contributed to it. It wasn't entirely because of that, but it was just, you know, it was just a lot. And like you said, it's not every day where you see someone make it in and out.
You don't.
Do you know what I mean? So it was just a lot of things that I had to process. I've never been in a label before. I've never had to leave a label before. I don't even know what that means. So there were so many first timers for me that, you know, I was experiencing at the time. And I had to change lawyers also a lot of times. I think more than anything, it's also such an expensive process. You know, it's like, you want to leave an international record label.
They must be paying in dollars.
I have to pay in dollars, babe. And it took long for us to come to that termination agreement. And it's not like it was cheap. It's not like it wasn't emotionally draining. It's not like it wasn't painful. I cried about it so much, but it was really necessary for my growth. You know, I feel like the platform that I wanted and that I needed, I learned what I could from it. And
you're going to take those lessons going forward.
Do you know what I mean? And I have my own record label either way, which was in partnership
with
with Columbia either way. So now it's just fully just my record label. And I was just like, you know, I'm just going to be an exec of my own record label, do my own thing. I've done this before. So, yeah. And that was Columbia and I.
Okay, so now you're independent. You have
Yeah.
your own label. What's it called?
Elaine Music.
Elaine Music.
Of
Oh,
V.
slay.
Of V.
So now you're pushing your new. You're gonna push some albums there. You want to push music.
Yeah, music all the way. There's my debut album that's coming out this year. It's probably going to be through Elaine Music. So we're excited. I've been working so hard just on rebuilding that team. And also it's a lot of money to maintain an international, career. Because it's not like I was working with small budgets, and I need to maintain that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I need to work extra hard to make sure that I really got it like that on myself so I can fund myself. So with this album, I'm just like so proud of it because I'm like, damn girl, I put in so much into it. And
it's a comeback. It's a real comeback.
Yeah. And for a moment, I thought that I was going to have to axe off like most of the producers that I had worked with because of money issues, but I wasn't. God provided, I was able to pay everyone their fee, it still maintained the standard, so I don't know how, but it's happening and I'm excited.
Yeah. Did you release an Amapiano album?
Amapiano album. Babe, if there was an Elaine Amapiano album, we would definitely know.
Let's minus the music. We know you have a new project coming soon. We'll definitely be listening to that.
Yes.
We'll definitely be doing that.
Yeah.
But are you like with anyone? Like, are you dating anyone? Like,
I'm a big lover girl.
You have a boyfriend? Really?
I do.
Is it something that we know?
I don't know who y'all know.
Is he famous?
I don't know who y'all know.
Figure? Is he famous?
He's just my person. To me, he's just my person.
He's
nothing else. So he's just my person.
Is he overseas?
He could be. He's everywhere. He's just like me.
Elaine,
can't tologala, all over the place, here, there. Maybe not.
She's not giving us an answer.
Yeah.
No, I get you. But how long have you guys been together?
For some time. We've been together for some time, Sheba. Won't lie. Yeah.
Okay, so the girl's off the market, like.
Yeah, you could say that.
These ambiguous answers, girl.
Yeah, if I'm not in the booth, then I'm not really talking about love and partners and stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna put him on blast, Shem.
You're gonna put him on blast, man. Not yet.
Only in the booth. Yeah.
And do you have any performances coming up soon? Like any concerts and stuff like that?
I'm focusing on the album right now, but I will be opening for an international act that's coming. They haven't posted anything about it yet, so I don't want to say anything yet. But yeah, it's gonna be in line with like the album drop and album release, so you could catch me there.
So you'll be opening for that.
Yeah, I just did this amazing show last week at Artistry. It was so beautiful. It was like an acoustic set. Yeah, it was one of a kind. It was my first time doing an acoustic set as well, but I really enjoyed that. So I think I want to do more of those, like more theater shows. Yeah, so we're planning some exciting things. It's also like the Elements 5-year anniversary this September. Insane.
And it changed your life.
It changed my life. Yeah. So we're also planning to do like a lot of fun things around that, a tour around that as well, top of the year. So
what's a song that you feel like from Elements, like you were just like, you never thought it was going to blow up, but it did?
YTO.
Really?
Yeah, YTO. Like, honestly.
Honest to God, you did not think that song was going to blow up?
I didn't want to put it on.
What?
Like, I didn't want to put it on the tape. Like,
that's the best song. That between Risky and You're the One. Like, I don't know which one is my favorite.
I mean, you guys have picked it already as a favorite one, so it's non-debatable. It's facts. It's clearly the best one. Yeah. I just thought it was like, I'm doing too much. Like, I thought it was a bit like, why am I telling this person? Like, I don't know. I felt weird about it. I was just like, it's not hitting the mark. Maybe it's because I was so vulnerable on it. And sometimes when you like pour your heart out and then after you're like, oh.
Who heard you that song? Hey, that's why, it was, you were wishing for.
Elements is not dedicated to anyone.
Oh,
and
really?
It's no. Elements is not dedicated to anyone, and it's not about a specific person. There are a lot of guys who felt gassed about Elements, and I'm always just
it's
like,
about me. It was never that serious.
It was never that serious. So I think it was just honestly coming from a very like hopeless romantic place, like things that I feel about love, the way that I want to feel about love, things that I want to experience, emotions that I want to experience. It came from a very like hopeful manifestation angle, like if I ever find the love of my life, I'm going to find him and it's going to be like forever and ever and ever. But it wasn't like, I have this person in my head and the song is for them.
Oh, so it's never about anyone. So you've never written a song about someone?
I have.
Which song?
Plenty. It's on the album. I wrote so many songs about people on this upcoming album. Too many.
So this one, yeah.
This one I'm throwing shots.
So you're catching smoke.
The only thing I didn't do was name drop.
That was it. But the guys, the guys and girls, I'm sure, like, will they know?
They'll know.
They'll know, né?
They'll know. they'll know that ish, yeah, no, here
Yeah.
ain't no way it's not about anybody.
It's about me.
Stop, Elaine. Like,
Oh
it's
my
about someone.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy. But I'm still so shocked that you didn't want to drop You're the One, dude. Like, that's insane.
I know, it happens. Also, like, when you're always in the studio, like me, like, even for this album, I mean, I was in the studio for 5 years, like, creating every single day. Like, so there are so many songs that I'm sitting with, and I'm always just like, damn, how do I
Which one do I
pick?
pick? Yeah.
What do I put first? You know, like.
Please bring me into studio, dude. Like, I will pick.
Really?
for
Are you a good, like.
I have a really good
You
ear,
have a good
I
ear?
believe. Like, I promise you,
Really?
I think I have, like, a hit ear. Why are you making that face?
A hit, yeah.
No, why are you making that face?
I've
Why are
never
you making that face?
heard of a hit ear, but I like it.
Please trust me. Dude, like, I will tell you which song is gonna, like, fly. Like, I got you.
Okay, I need to invite you to the private
No,
listening session.
We'll speak after.
You
Yes,
can
you
believe.
must.
Yeah,
Please,
I'm gonna
actually.
invite
Like,
you,
I will
yeah.
literally come, dude. Crazy. But,
Slide invites.
is there anything that you feel like people don't know about you that you'd want them to know about you?
That I'm South African.
Yeah, but you give American, I won't lie. Even
How?
when I heard you, I didn't know you're South African. Until they were like,
Guys.
Elaine is South African. I said, what?
I'm so South African, and it gets to a point like even when I'm performing and I'm on stage and I say something like in vernac, like people will be like, "What's going on? Like, what's happening?" Like, so I'm just like, I really wish that people knew that, like,
I'm very much South African.
very much South
girl.
African. I can speak vernac.
Like,
I
yeah.
will speak vernac if I want to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not only gonna speak English. Like, if I'm trying to say something, I'm trying to say something. So that's the one thing where I feel like, guys, that's very off. I'm not American. Very off.
But also your name, I won't lie.
Elaine.
Yeah, Elaine.
Yeah, my parents sort of
Yeah.
set me up there.
They set you up.
Yeah, they set
dude.
me
They
up.
set you up. But any kind words or anything you want to say to your fans or the people who are watching our video today?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So to my fans, first of all, I always want to give my heartfelt gratitude. You guys have carried me through so much without even knowing. Your support has really just like changed my life completely, and I want to thank you. And as we get into this album season, I can only imagine the things that are going to happen, and I just hope that you guys really resonate with the music and show it the love and respect that you've showed me, you know, throughout my career. I cannot wait. And for my girls out there, you know, that are trying to do music or that are really passionate and are trying to, you know, find their way in the industry, I just want to say, be patient with yourself. I know a lot of us seem like we have the same dreams, but you should have dreams of your own, you know, and as much as you see people that you idolize and that you look up to, don't be scared to go on your own journey and create your own story and have your own narrative. And yeah, you'll be just fine. To my shining stars, you guys light up my world, like literally. And I'm thankful, especially as an independent artist. It means so much to have like a real community and real people that can like, yeah, keep you up no matter what, you know. And it's also been a seamless transition from going to a label to being independent. I didn't really feel much because my core fan base is always just there, you know. And I'm really grateful for that. I feel like that's the one thing that will never, you know, disappear or that I'll sign away or decide to break up with. So we're stuck together for life, for lifers. And I love you guys. Mwah.
Beautiful, man. Thank you.
Thank
Guys,
you.
thank you so much for watching today's episode. It's been a really great time. I just think this was such a nice interview, man, and getting to know your album. And also, I think for me, it was just nice to just hear that it's okay to end things with the record label and there's no beef. And me not releasing music does not mean I fell off.
Right.
It just means I'm not releasing music because I'm planning bigger things. Like there's a project that's coming.
Facts.
I really like that. Like, shout out, dude. Wait, one thing I forgot to ask, and I actually just thought about it now. Are you friends with any like South African celebrities?
I hang out with a few. I don't know about friends, you know, like,
Yeah.
but I hang out. I've got some people that I'm.
So who are you like? Who in the industry are you like? You vibe with?
Gamma Worldwide is the closest to me in the industry.
Really?
Yeah, that's my bestie. Actually,
Really?
yeah, him I can say we're friends. Yeah, Gamma Worldwide is nice. Like Gamma's a text away. Always
Okay.
at the crib, always hanging out. He's super cool. I hang out a lot with Gamompela as well.
Okay.
She's super dope. Love her energy. Who else do I be hanging out? That's all really.
That's about it.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
don't
not really
you-
an outside babe.
Is it just like a thing of like you just don't cross paths or like?
Like I'm
what?
cool with everyone, but I'm a very tough person to be in the same room with. Like it's very like unrealistic for you to actually meet me in real time and be spending time together and stuff like that. Like I don't really be outside like that. I'm either cooking, traveling, working, shooting. So with Gamma Worldwide and Gamompela, I think it just so happens that we cross paths somehow.
Nah, it kind of just worked out.
Yeah, it's cool. And even with them, I don't see them all the time. Like literally, they can't tolagal. But yeah,
But they can get you in the kish.
they can catch me
Yeah.
though. They can catch me for sure. They can even pull up to the crib and I'll be like, oh,
Okay.
hello, Woo! Yeah. So those are probably the two that I can hit up for a little chill sesh. I'm trying to think who else. Everyone else, like, we're cool. Like, I'm a cool person on the phone. Like, we can talk.
We shouldn't have beef with anyone in the industry. Like,
me.
You're very peaceful, but like,
no, me.
or is this one? I'm like, this industry beef. Like, people have beef, but like, maybe you don't have beef with anyone.
I have no beef with anyone, and if anyone thinks I have beef with them,
it's a one-sided thing.
No, there's no beef.
You're not beefing.
I never beef with anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's episode. My English. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Comment who you want to see next as well so that we can approach those people. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.